Such a shame.
Hello there, friends. Welcome to the Memory Slot A podcast, where we talk about games, news, and all kinds of different stuff like that. My name is Chris, and I'm here with Mark with a C.
Hey.
Mark with a K.
Ho.
And Rob.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, who met up with us at exactly 6:45 on the dot. What a guy.
So punctual.
Yeah. What a guy. Just perfectly on
indeed.
time. We're so happy to be back. We didn't do this last week. Stuff happened. And now we did it because stuff didn't happen anymore. So nice to be back. Mark with a C has been playing some new games recently. What you been playing, boy?
Yeah. Well, I finally Kingdom Hearts 3 has loosened its grip on my life. So I decided to buy and play a new game. Something that I talked about on the pod before. It's called Wargroove. It's a game for the Switch. That's where I bought it, but it's also on, I think, like Xbox One and PC. It's have you guys ever played Advance Wars back in the day?
No.
Wait, all no's, no yeses?
Nope. The closest I have is Fire Emblem, but I know it's a parallel.
Yeah, that is
comparison.
it's close. It's very close to Fire Emblem, but more similar to Advance Wars. It's a tactical RPG type of game. I haven't played too much of it, to be honest, but the difference between it and Fire Emblem is that, you know how in Fire Emblem every character you have is like named.
Yep.
And like
this one you get
like
you this. Yep, but in this game it's like you control a bunch of people, right?
Well, yeah, like you control like people, but also units that are just like, you know, infantry man or something. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's not always like named characters, and that's
Sure.
I think where it's more similar to Advance Wars. But it's really cute. It's all like pixel art. The art's really good. It's kind of in like a, you know, like a medieval type of setting, but it has a lot of personality. I've really only gotten through like some of the like tutorial stuff, but it's I at least from what I've played, I'd say it's pretty cool so far, and I'd recommend it if that's like the type of game that you might think you guys would like. I'd say
And you're
give
playing
it
on
a
the
shot.
Switch, right?
Yeah. I think like a
Okay,
game
just-
like that is best for the Switch. I'll put it that way.
I might have to
Because
pick
you just like put it down whenever you feel like.
How many dollars is that?
It's 20.
Okay.
I believe.
That's
Yeah,
not
I think
bad.
it's just a flat 20. I think it's worth that. So what I know about it, I haven't done this yet, but there's features that let you like build and like you basically create your own map for somebody to play through, and there's probably some sort of like sharing feature where you can have other people play your maps that you make. So that seems like you could get a lot of mileage out of it. So
Mhm.
Is
for a
that the
$20
closest-
game, I think that's cool.
That
Is
is
that
awesome.
the closest to PvP that you get, I suppose? Like you create maps that other people can enjoy? Kind of like Mario Maker.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
But there may be. I mean, maybe there's like head-to-head PvP that I don't know about yet.
That actually sounds really cool. I didn't know that was a feature for that game.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's all.
Cool.
That basically, I'm just diving into it. So that's gonna be my new like before I go to bed game probably.
Very
Sweet.
nice.
That's cool. I need a new game like that. I haven't had anything recently that I can just sit down and like by myself have a good time and just chill
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes and then turn it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
I,
Piecemeal game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Undertale and Hollow Knight have been those games for me. I've been doing those recently on my
Oh,
Switch.
you guys are
Hmm.
real indies.
Yeah.
A real
I
indie.
I own both of those, and I haven't really played either one
Well,
yet.
they're both fun, and
Sweet.
I think you should play them after Wargroove or during, whatever floats
Yeah.
your boat.
See, my problem is I didn't get them on Switch, which is probably why I haven't played them yet.
That you
Mm.
see, that's exactly why I bought the Switch, because I think they're absolutely perfect for it.
Guys, you know what game you shouldn't play? Because
Uh-oh.
if you do, you might get banned.
If you enjoy it.
So Fallout 76 is just continuing to make headlines here. today there was an article by a Fallout 76 player who's been playing since day one, who has put 900 hours into the game.
What a psychopath!
Yeah. I mean, that's
masochistic. What?
Yes, he's put 900 hours into the game, and Bethesda sent him an email, essentially banning him from. Yep. Banning him from Fallout 76 because they found that he has too much ammo in his in his account, and they said that he has been exploiting the system, and he is very adamant that I have 900 hours in this game. I have not been exploiting the system. This is like bullshit. Yep. So, and in this email it says this decision is final and no further appeals will be considered in this matter.
Wow.
Meanwhile, this guy has clearly outlined on Reddit and other places exactly how he gets so much ammo and exactly like what to do. And a Bethesda community manager responded to his post saying like, wow, that's a really cool way. Thanks for sharing this with the community. And then they fucking ban him. Like
it's like, yes, thank you very much. Now get the fuck out of here. Wow.
Yeah.
They can't believe someone enjoys the game that much. They're like, this can't be possible.
We're starting at that.
Hey, thanks for enjoying our video game, but you've enjoyed it too much, so now guess what? You're not playing it anymore.
Yeah. It's fucking wild.
Honestly, they're
do they not want people playing their game? Like what? Sorry, I cut someone off.
I would have assumed that they definitely wouldn't have wanted people to play their game, and now it even furthermore seems like that. But that's like ridiculous. They've gotten all kinds of bad PR for this game. It's like, like if there was bingo for this game, you know, they could fill up a full card and
no one else.
Wait. Let me just stop and like rewind for a second. Considering that like everything out of Fallout 76 is bad PR, is there anything positive anyone can say about this game anymore?
About the game, no. No. About what the launch has taught the rest of gaming as a whole, hell yeah.
It was the sacrificial lamb to be the one example.
It's brought us a lot of laughs.
I'd say
that's positive.
Yeah.
Thanks for the content, Bethesda.
Yeah. I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about how Fallout 76 was kind of the game that the one game that Bethesda made that went just too far. Like, they've gotten so many passes in the past for how buggy and like glitchy and how mechanically not sound their games are. Like, they're all mechanical messes, but it's fun because we like the stories and we like Bethesda. But like the community was getting like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't give Bethesda a pass every time. And then they got too cocky and they took it one game too far. And that's 76 in a nutshell.
So my question here, if Fallout 76 wasn't wasn't touted as a massively multiplayer online game as it is such, do you think it would have gotten this bad of a reception? I mean, considering everything else is the same, you know, no NPCs, stuff like that. If it wasn't a massively online player game, do you think it would have received as much backlash as it is now? I feel like the backlash all started because it was massively multiplayer online, which was a first for the Fallout series, and that's really what like started, you know, that argument. But go ahead.
It would still suck. I still think people would hate it. Would it be as bad? No, because then you wouldn't have all these duping problems because no one gives a shit. You're playing by yourself. Like, there's so many problems. But I think one of the biggest problems is that since it's massively multiplayer online and there's like no NPCs to do anything with, pretty much because of that, the game would still suck and be boring. Like, you barely see anyone when you're out there anyway, so does it even matter?
But that's the whole point, really, as he said, to embrace how lonely the wasteland is. Isn't that the whole point? Something like that.
It's so lonely that no one wants to fucking play it. So, like,
except one person, but they're not allowed to
put 900 hours into it.
They can't. They're cheating.
It's impossible for anyone to spend 900 hours in this hellhole.
And
Who is
it's
this
like,
person, right?
You think they would focus on, trying to get people to come and play the game, not trying to alienate the only people who play the game.
Yeah, I don't know,
It's
man.
ass backwards.
That's
Game is-
pathetic.
It's fucking hilarious.
And that kind of sucks. Almost like this next
Oh
thing.
boy.
Like
Oh, wow.
Anthem? You talking about
Oh.
Anthem?
Wait,
No.
hold on. Before we move
Oh,
on,
shit,
I just
he's
want
not
to
talking
say,
about Anthem.
We're getting.
No, we're going sadder than that, Chris.
We're
Oh,
going
real quick before we move on. I just think I just have an idea. Because this Fallout 76 weekly talk that we do is basically the closest we've gotten to having some kind of a segment, and I think we should just make it official. We have to talk about something
Fallout
stupid
76.
that this game does every week.
Okay.
I'm sure
I like it.
Giving.
Put it in the books.
We have to find a clever name, and then we're good.
Cool.
I need to. We're gonna need a little while to think of a good name. The Fallout of Fallout 7. No,
that doesn't roll off the tongue at all.
I know.
We're gonna have a naming convention, and we'll come back to that.
Mark, you could roll off my tongue anytime.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Hey,
Oh baby, save it for the X-rated podcast. This one is for children.
soundboard.
But anyway.
Crickets actually they rub their wings together to communicate with mates to find them. So Mark, I'll rub my wings.
Oh my
together
God.
Fuck me. Oh wait, I just played
I
right
will.
into that too.
Hey.
Oh. Which is what 800 people who were fired from Blizzard said
Oh.
last week.
You took hilarity and it just nosedived into sadness right there.
But
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
so yeah, last week Activision Blizzard got rid of 800 employees due to I don't
Budget
really
cuts.
but
No, they said they weren't performing high enough in their.
No.
Sure.
They were just like they made money, but were not like making. Basically, they like didn't meet their goals of growth, even though they still made a lot of money, and that just doesn't cut it apparently.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, even though we're doing good, if we fired 800 people,
our
we'd be
bottom
doing
line
better.
is better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got rid of mostly non-development role employees. So I think it was stuff like esports stuff,
Right. PR.
Yeah.
PR,
Publishing, I think, was another one.
yeah, publishing. If I recall correctly,
Probably
and-
everyone who worked on Destiny's like support teams from Activision
yeah.
Mhm.
fired. I mean, I imagine.
Most likely, probably the Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, because that went belly
esports
up.
employees, and that was something that was already being spoken about. I think towards the end of last year. So there's something like this, I guess, was on the horizon, but it fucking sucks that it
Oh my God.
eight blindsided 800 people.
Yeah. Can I just read this quote from one of the like tops at Blizzard? They said
Absolutely.
while our financial results for 2018 were the best in our history, we didn't realize our full potential. You
Yep.
can go fuck yourself, bro.
That's fucking bullshit.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We
That
made
is
so much money more than ever before, so fuck all you guys. Like, what?
Oh, and
How
there's
do you
that.
say you do well and not well at the same time? Like that, somehow, clearly.
Let's hold on. Let's get down to numbers here. For the 2018 fiscal year, they made $7.26 billion.
Wow.
Billion.
That's unbelievable.
And it's not good enough.
not good
to-
enough. Yeah, apparently.
That's honestly insane, and it really sucks because it's people being cut from a developer that, a lot of people really like the products they put out.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then you have people that work there for like 20 years or so, and you're just saying, nope, bye-bye, you're done.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
think
there's
Blizzard
no
is.
value and loyalty. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Blizzard's, always been known for really taking care of its employees and treating them more than like just employees, and like it being one of the best places to work. But so I think that's what's even more like. Imagine you're hearing this from like an EA or something versus Blizzard being involved, I feel like it's even
Yeah,
more
you would-
surprising because of the way that you perceive the company being like a very good, like fair company to its employees.
Right.
You know,
If you heard EA was doing it, you'd be like, of course EA is doing it because EA sucks. But
But
Now-
putting that into perspective, like speaking of other companies that do this, that you would expect to see something like this. A good antithesis to this would be Nintendo. And I think a good example that was floating around the internet was how Satoru Iwata took a pay cut a couple of years back. Instead of laying off a bunch of people in Nintendo just to keep them going,
That's
instead
awesome.
of laying people off, you see,
That's awesome.
that's an example of humility.
that's a good leader right there.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Also, the CEO or president of Activision, like just to like highlight the difference between that story and this dude, he's the highest paid. So I'm just reading this off of
Got it. I believe
yeah,
in
off of like a Kotaku thing. He earned $28.6 million last year, 306 times the median Activision employee income. Like that's how much that dude is making. And obviously it doesn't have the kind of like empathy, I guess, that maybe Iwata did.
Wait, how much did he make exactly? You said
28.6 million.
hold on. I'm gonna do some math right now.
But I mean, look at that. It's like you have all that money, and you're telling me that you have too much staff, and yet you're withholding all this money for yourself. Like seriously? Come
Yeah.
on. That's just BS of the highest tier, in my opinion.
306 times more than the median salary of their employees. I can't believe that. And the median salary is $93,000. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, I was just about to calculate that. Thanks.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No. I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm just like, I'm glad because I was fucking up with my calculator. Like, I can't do it right.
You need a TI-86 for that stuff, but
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, shit's fucking crazy. But what was nice to see was that there were a bunch of other companies reaching out, opening their doors for people who got let go by Blizzard, like 343, the famed makers of Halo Reach.
Yeah.
They were opening their doors to other people, which is nice to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
I mean, it's
these
kind of
people
hard-
should be able to find jobs in the industry. Still.
You got a lot of talented people in there, I'm sure. So it's good to see them actually getting recognized.
Yeah.
And people calling out and be like, hey, come work for us. They're shitty.
There's
Sorry.
a big the thing I saw a lot of on Twitter was people talking about this being an example of a reason why game developers should unionize so that they don't get
100% they should.
just like unceremoniously just laid off for a reason that's not even really in their control. Like they're performing well and still you get cut off, and if they were to unionize, they'd probably be able to negotiate like, hey, you can't do that to us, or you can't do it, so because you could still get laid off but not as like ruthlessly.
You would have to be forthright.
Yep. Agreed. So that is what it is. So
Yeah.
hopefully
really
they all get
sad.
jobs and they're living the dream, and I don't know. I feel
Well,
bad,
having
but-
Blizzard on your resume, I'm sure puts you in the front of the line for a lot of places.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. So that's that. But Nintendo Direct, there was a Nintendo Direct that just happened, and a lot of stuff came out of that. Did you guys watch it? Because I did not watch it.
Yeah.
I had to do a quick flip through.
So I know we were all really hoping, with Kingdom Hearts 3 having just come out, we were waiting for that Sora for Smash announcement. Sadly,
I
that
cry.
didn't show up.
Yeah.
But we got some good things. Super Mario Maker's finally coming to the Switch.
I feel like that's one of the last layovers from the Wii U. Because at this point, I think everything from the Wii U has been ported, except for maybe the Wonderful 101. And I think that's it, actually.
And it's like, I can't believe it really took this long. I would have assumed that Mario Maker would have come almost instantly
Mm-hmm.
True.
when it came out.
Yeah.
But it's not just the port it's a sequel.
Yes.
Hey, actually, just wait a minute. I think I know the reason why it didn't come out on the Switch first, because they had a 3DS port for the damn thing, did they not?
Did they? Oh, jeez, I didn't
they
even remember
did have
that.
a 3DS port, but I thought that the 3DS port came out before the Switch came out. So I feel like the point is still moot. But
they were no. My idea was they are trying to get people to play the 3DS version of the Mario Maker instead. So because they wanted to keep the 3DS alive at the time,
which is stupid and is and is a topic for another time.
Yeah.
Because
sorry, I just like riling you up. It's funny.
the 3DS, but it's a sequel that will offer a host of new tools and features. And the ability to put slopes into created levels. That's cool.
Nice. That's awesome.
That was like something from the first Mario Maker that people really wanted that never got put into the game. And I'm only bringing it up because it's like it's kind of an interesting point from Nintendo, because apparently the way they treated the first game was like they would do all of these random or like kind of shadowy patches where they wouldn't actually detail what they were patching, and a lot of times they would be like fixing like glitches or maybe unintended like interactions in the game that people were using in their levels in like creative ways, and then basically they would patch it, not mention what they were doing, and then a lot of people's levels would just become unplayable, and they wouldn't like really update the game with anything that people were asking for. But like the first thing in that new trailer is they're showing off the slopes, which like suggests that like, okay, they know we want slopes. Maybe this time they're going to actually like give us, they're going to like listen to feedback more and not do some of these things that no one really asked for, which would be, you know, I think like, at least with the way Nintendo's going, that seems more likely now that they would do something like that.
And I'm excited that it's coming to Switch, because I never bought it on the Wii U because I wasn't really a big fan of the Wii U. But this is like infinite Mario. You never need to buy another Mario game after.
It's true.
Oh yeah,
and it's like you don't just have to make new levels; you can play everyone else's levels.
Yeah, like, and that's the reason I would buy it. I definitely can't come up with a good level design, but I'll sure as shit play other people's. And I don't
unless they're all like sadistic levels, in which case, well, good
I don't
luck.
know if you guys ever watched Mario Maker. No, not even Kaizo, but Mario Maker puzzle levels. Those things are the dankest shit in the game, and I fucking love it.
I've seen speed runs of like Mario Maker stuff. It's kind of hard to do a speed run when it's like random like levels that are selected, but I've seen them done on speed runs before, and some of them can be some really impressive shit. Just saying.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really neat. So.
Was the first one a full price game, like a $60 game?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to know what to expect.
I don't think it really ever went down in price. So.
It's Nintendo. Not much Nintendo games actually go down in price.
They go down to $45, and that's it.
Yep. Don't expect much.
Lucky. But let's see.
Can I make a comment?
Go for it.
Yes.
You know what game I really want them to bring to the Switch, even though I don't think it will ever happen. I really want them to bring Mario Paint.
Oh, the composer.
Yeah, I want the composer so bad.
Yeah.
Some days I'll like when I just don't know what to do with myself, I'll go on YouTube and look up like Mario Paint covers of popular songs. Oh my god, that one's so good. That one's so good. There's a really good Thriller one. Like oh my god, it's amazing, dude.
There's a good Master of Puppets one too.
Oh really?
Oh. Yeah, bring that back. Damn, why wouldn't they?
They really are fucking up on so many. Like Mario Paint would be so good. Not Mario. What am I fucking talking? Pokemon Snap would be incredible. Like, why are you not making a Snap game for the Switch? You're dumb.
Is it that they're not listening, or that they don't have people willing to care? You know? Oh my!
I care.
A lot of people will care if they come out with Pokemon Snap, bro. So many people will care.
Listen,
imagine. I can only imagine.
But like, who
Cult
doesn't?
Classic.
Please tell me who doesn't want a Pokemon Snap game in full HD?
Hell yeah!
With every Pokemon in existence, I could tell you.
Hell yeah!
I fucking want that.
That's what they should be doing, and yet somehow they don't seem to get that message, and I don't know why.
You know how long it took them to make a full-on... Whoa. What happened?
Huh? No, nothing.
Oh, keep going, my guy.
Do you know what? Do you know how long it? Well, I'm sure you do know, but look at how long it took for them to make a actual Pokemon RPG for a console that you could play at home. And the only reason they did it is because the Switch isn't technically just a home console. But people have been asking for that for years, and they're like, "No, it's a Pokemon game. It must be portable." But then they just found a loophole. Like that's really what it is.
They straight up created the loophole.
You know what? I wonder if that's why the Switch was a thing, because Nintendo, like Game Freak, was just like, "Listen, guys, we want to make a game for a console. You won't let us do it." And they were like, "Well, maybe."
Like they make themselves an out. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I wonder if Game Freak pitched that. And they were just like, "Hey, you make this, and we'll make a great game for it."
I mean, we got this one thing working back in the lab. We're not really sure about it, but we'll show it to you, and maybe.
What? It's a portable? Sold.
Yeah,
I mean that's a good pitch, right? Like, let's just make our next console the ultimate Pokemon playing machine, and then everything else can just kind of come after that.
Do you guys think that they'll make another strictly handheld console after the Switch, or do you think it's going to be both always?
Strictly
from now on?
handheld.
I hope not.
Is dead.
I really hope not.
It's dead. Mobile market's
I would seriously hope to God no, and I would seriously pray that they shouldn't, but I feel like they would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the problem is, what would be the advantage of it then? Portability? Because at that point...
But yeah, I agree with that. What's the point of it? But they're still
mobile.
They still support the 3DS, and I can't for the life of me understand why.
I love how it comes back to that.
But like, I mean, you could always go back to the 3DS argument. They're still supporting it 10 plus years after it's come out, when the Switch does everything the 3DS does,
except
but better.
3D.
But 3D is a gimmick.
Yeah, but
it's a gimmick.
Unique. Okay, I'll stop defending it now.
Please.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I guess the DS is done.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't really have much of a lineup right now, if I recall correctly. The point is, it's actually really sparse in terms of new games coming forward.
Does the next generation of Pokemon games also go to the 3DS? Like, what do we think?
Oh man, if that happens, I need to know Mark's reaction.
Kill me.
I have thoughts on this, and if it happens, that's gonna be the worst fucking Pokemon game.
Hey, that's bias. You don't even know it hasn't happened yet. How can you say that?
You cannot, by any stretch of the imagination, develop and release the same game on both of those systems without severely gimping the Switch version to out of the 3DS. Fuck that. I'm not buying it if they do that. I'm on record.
You say that, but you probably would, wouldn't you?
Nah.
I listen, I'm on record right now, so I can't look like a pansy and go back on that.
Wait, have you played Fortnite at all in the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
No.
All right, so I believe you then.
Nope. Yo, that's a hard pact. We are sticking to it. I don't think about the game at all anymore.
Of course not, because there's Apex.
No, but dude,
the
I don't even
poison's out of your
topics
brain.
here,
hold on. Well, we'll get to Apex eventually.
I know. Sorry.
But, like, Jesse will occasionally send me patch notes and other things from the game. And
he's being the tempt.
And
the
it's
temptation.
Like it's funny because I got him to uninstall Fortnite too. So yeah,
I always thought that was hilarious.
I got that going for me. But it's like
guys, don't you want a free battle pass?
Yeah, but like that.
Is that what they're offering this season?
Yo, how pathetic is that though?
It's ridiculous.
Let's give you
unbelievable.
We're gonna give you a free battle pass because it's obvious that our player base has declined to a level that is so significantly lower than it's been that we have to try and entice you with. That's
you guys
sad.
think? So I'm just jumping back again, but don't you guys think we chose like the perfect time to get off the boat?
I mean,
without
yeah,
any
like
sense.
3 weeks later, here comes Apex, and it's like, oh, okay,
Like
now
everyone's
everyone's
gone.
jumping off the boat now. You know what I think it is? I think it like a lot of people didn't have stuff that they really wanted to play, so they were just still playing Fortnite, and they were just waiting for that next thing to actually care about. We jumped off because it was pissing us off too much. But as soon as another game came out that was competent and fun, everyone left.
Yep.
So
it's sad. I mean,
we weren't the only ones feeling that way.
I agree.
You
But
know?
it's kind of sad. It's like Fortnite had this, like
It's
they
not
never
sad.
explained the whole
Rob,
butterfly thing, and like I'm never gonna
it's
see the
not-
ending to
it's
that
not
now.
sad. They got billions of fucking dollars from us. It's not.
Oh
sad.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not sad.
I'm sure they're
Strictly
doing
from
just
us
fine
four.
still.
Yeah,
From us-
listen. They got the Epic Store now, and they're gonna go make money off of that. So
Whoever pitched getting that store up and running and making that a big thing before Fortnite died is a genius and deserves a raise.
Yeah,
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
as
that's
soon
true.
as the Epic Store started to be a thing, Fortnite died.
yeah,
But they still have that store, so they're not going to stop making money. It's just going to be
it
less.
almost seems too perfectly set up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It seems almost odd, but I'm not
It's
saying anything.
wild.
there was something else that happened with Epic recently. I think
Metro
they-
Exodus.
No, they were filing a lawsuit. Oh, so there was like a non-Epic affiliated, a non-affiliated
You got it.
Fortnite event.
Oh yes, the Fortnite convention,
Yeah, that completely
Yeah.
flopped, and
and then Fortnite sued them.
Fortnite is suing the creators of that event. I guess basically they're doing like you tarnished our good name, but sorry guy, you did that to yourself.
You know that the word Fortnite Con actually is extremely fitting for that situation because it was supposed to be about Fortnite. Nothing, like practically nothing, was Fortnite.
And
about
it's
besides
like
Fortnite.
just nobody's interested in that game like they were before.
Also,
But
like my guy decided to put like the official Fortnite art on everything.
Yeah,
like
bad. This was
Like,
not condoned by anyone by Epic.
in
That
the
was
world we
terrible.
live in, like how truly like overconfident do you have to be to like think you can get away with something like that?
Yep.
I don't
kinda
think
like
it's
Soulja
overconfidence.
Boy.
I just think that it's pure ignorance.
I mean, yeah, Soldier Boy with his stupid
Yeah,
console.
Soulja-
Oh yeah,
Like,
the
same thing.
Soulja
Same
Boy,
thing.
freaking consoles. We never
Oh.
talked about that on stream. That
Unbelievable.
would have been a good topic.
It's not even worthy of conversation.
I mean, I think it is. It's really funny.
Would you have bought one, Chris? Would you have bought
No.
one?
Actually, I kind of wish I did because you know that shit's gonna be worth mad money in the future. When someone's like, "Oh yeah, I got that Soldier Boy console with all these Nintendo ripoffs," like,
Yeah, you
oh my god.
you remember that guy Soldier Boy? Yeah, I have his console.
And he had like Apple watches, but like Soldier watches and like Soldier pads. He just rebranded all of this shit made by other companies.
And the
then-
funny thing is, I think he commented saying, "Oh no, this is official. This is legit. We did our legal background." It's like, no.
Oh, yeah,
no,
he
we
did.
didn't.
And
But
then
he
when
also
everyone
said
started
that,
calling
like,
him out,
He also said they made like $50 million off of it, which is
yeah, nonsense.
never going to be true.
No.
Like he just tweeted like an amount of money that he said that they made from selling those things, which is definitely a lie.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Whatever.
Sorry, I don't know.
But
I
anyway,
lost track of the topic.
we went all the way down the rabbit's hole
That was
from the Nintendo Direct. So let's wake it back up, right? Let's wake it back up, just like Link's Awakening being
Oh.
revived for the Switch.
That was good.
Nailed
That was a
it,
good
nailed it.
segue. But while we're on that topic, though, yo, that art is cute AF. That
Yeah,
is
it's a
really
really,
adorable.
really good art style.
I like it. It's way too early to call, I think, but it has a release date for 2019, so it's within the
Yeah.
year. That's good.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm very excited. Christina, I didn't even realize Christina. Yeah, she's a person I know. She's my wife. Christina, she I
hi,
guess
wife.
she played the game when she was a kid, and I didn't know that
Yeah.
she did that. And she was like, "Oh my god!" She was freaking out. So I'm guessing this has rekindled some flames for that game. I didn't even know that game existed. But did you
It's
guys play when
great.
you were younger?
No.
No.
I did.
Yeah.
I did a little bit, and then I lost the cartridge, so I never finished. I did
Nice.
play it on the Virtual Console again, but it was like one of those classics for the original game, like the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the good Zelda like portable games. You know, you had that, you had Oracle of Seasons and Ages, but Link's Awakening definitely held. Like so many people loved it a lot as a kid. A lot of my friends I knew played it at the time. Like seeing this like remastered is like really awesome. I can't wait to try it out again.
Listen, I've never been the biggest Legend of Zelda fan. In fact, I've only ever played Ocarina of Time. But I am looking at screenshots from the game, and there's Goombas and Chain Chomps in the game.
Yeah, this game's unique like that.
That's fucking cute, man.
Wait,
and if you look at like Link's face, it's like a little clay doll. It's adorable. I like that. I really like the aesthetic they went with for this.
Yo,
Mark,
what's up, my guy?
You've never played Breath of the Wild?
No, never.
Dude.
I know.
Do yourself a favor and play that fucking game. It was my favorite game last year. It is so good.
You missing out, man.
You're
Catch
really
up
missing out.
Zelda.
And I also am not the hugest Zelda fan, but I picked it up because I heard it was so good. And dude, it is worth 100% of any penny that you pay for that game. It's amazing. Play it, please. I think I have it on. I think I have like a physical copy. So I just take mine and play it. Go ahead.
Oh
but
wow,
it's so good. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway,
I back up that sentiment 100%.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That was the first game I bought for the Switch.
Hell yeah, so good.
Mark, with a C, you've played it, right?
Yeah, that I bought it. I bought my Switch with it.
Right.
Same.
And that was like the only game I had for a really long time, because back then the Switch library was not where it's at now. But yeah, that game is like incredible.
Yeah.
Just like the amount of freedom they give you in it. To basically, the cool thing, one of the cool things about it is you play a little tutorial island basically, and then the whole big map opens up, and basically from the beginning of the game you can just go and try to beat the final boss. You could just go straight to it. You're not really, they don't lock you behind anything. They basically just give you the tools, and if you can figure it out, then you can do it, which is super cool.
Yeah, you could go straight to fight him if you want to, and you're
probably
gonna,
but you can
like 100%. You're gonna get fucked up. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna get fucked up, but like you could do it. And I got to look online to see if anyone has actually done it. Just gone straight.
Oh, I'm sure someone has.
100%.
Someone
100%.
definitely has.
But I also about that game. Wow, we're going on a lot of tangents, but I don't care.
Yeah, we are.
I don't really care.
Great.
That game, like the fact you just go and there's puzzles everywhere, and the puzzles are so much fun. That game is so good that you know when I finished it on my fucking honeymoon. Like me and Christina, one day when we were in Costa Rica, just decided, no, we're not gonna go to the beach. We're going to sit in our hotel room, order room service, eat pizza, and beat Zelda. And we did it.
That's fucking amazing.
It was great. Dude,
That is so great.
So good. So good. So good.
10 out of 10 gold. Just saying, that's neat.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the story for that game. Anyway, are we done with Nintendo Direct?
No, we are
Not
not.
close.
All right.
Wow,
we
Nintendo, yeah, like this is going all over the
Let's
place.
see.
But I mean, speaking of the Nintendo Direct, another thing that they announced during the Direct, which they announced and then released, like really right at the same time, was a new BR, a new Battle Royale game. One that nobody would have expected because it's about Tetris. A game called Tetris 99, where you face off against 99 other people playing Tetris, and there's only one last survivor standing. Now, I'm just going to say on that front, I hadn't had Nintendo Switch Online until now. Smash didn't do it for me. Splatoon didn't do it for me. But when I saw this game, I'm like, yep, I'm getting Nintendo Switch Online. And I got Nintendo Switch Online for that game. I think it pays itself.
Nice.
I think.
Can you explain how it works?
What, Tetris 99?
Yes.
So basically the idea is you are playing, well, it's Tetris, right? But the idea is if you clear multiple lines, you get to send garbage to other players' screens. And basically you just want to try to knock out as many people as you can while still dealing with the garbage that they fling at you. It's kind of like if you've ever played Tetris Friends or any variant of Tetris multiplayer,
But you
it's
could send
basically
it to
that, but
any
on a
of the 99
100 players game.
people.
Yep.
It's Tetris
That's
Battle
cool.
Royale. It's literally what it
Have
sounds
you
like.
won any of them?
Oh God.
The closest I've gotten is 4th. I have not gotten a chicken dinner with Tetris yet. That's a work in progress. But eventually they're planning on having more modes. They're going to introduce like classic marathon, and they also introduce they're
Snipers
planning on
only mode?
introducing something that's kind of like squads, which should be interesting. Squads Tetris. That's going to be weird, but interesting.
Is that where we're at right
Yeah, that's
now,
my
where they
5 cents on
decided to make games like Tetris into battle royales?
Yeah.
That's weird.
We're living in the fucking Twilight Zone,
like
man.
the thing is, it's so weird that you would never expect it to be real, and then it is real, and that's what makes it so freaking hilarious.
We're
It's
in
like,
late stage
it sounds
battle
like a
royale.
joke on the back of a napkin.
Yeah.
You actually did it.
Yeah, like that sounds like a punchline. Ha! Remember that Tetris battle royale game? I was like, ha! Yeah, imagine. Woo!
And then someone
That'd be
does it.
sick. And then someone actually makes it.
And
it's like, oh, well, fuck.
someone in the corner of that room was sitting there like, I've been working on Tetris Battle Royale for the last 3 weeks. Don't make fun of me.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. It's like if you have it and you feel like seeing what Tetris with 99 players looks like, you can get it. It's free. It's there.
And then let's power through these last 2 big titles. There's a new Platinum Games game called Astral Chain. Mark sounds like he's hype on that. So, Mark, what do you think?
There's well, it was really just kind of like a cinematic-ish trailer. I think there was some sort of gameplay going on, but it's being developed by Platinum Games, which has a really great track record for making really good action, like third-person action games. And in this one, you're like a cop, but you're like you could choose one of 2 characters. You're either like a boy or a girl, but I think in the game they're like brother and sister, like twins. And then you choose which character you want to play as, and then the other character is still with you when you play, but they're like, you guys are like tethered together, so your attacks involve the other one. At least that's kind of what it looked like. And it just looks like a really fun action game. There's people from they were kind of going through like a list of credits in the trailer, and there's like people with credits on like Nier Automata, and
This is the lead game designer for Nier Automata, actually. So that's
really
like, big. Yeah.
And then there was more. Bayonetta. That was the one I like latched on to. And like Bayonetta. There's like a Bayonetta big name person on it, so it looks like it's going to be like in good hands. So I'm hype.
Cool. And then the last big thing we got was Fire Emblem: The Hogwarts Years. Rob, tell us more.
That's literally what it is, though.
What?
I mean, and that's how it touts itself. I think the idea was you're the main character that you play as joins this like military academy as a teacher, and you get to help train recruits. I think that's the general gist. Mark with a C, you're probably more aware of it than I am. Does that sound about right? I think that's about right.
Yeah. The way they set it up was like you're a teacher in a school, I think. A teacher. I think you're like a professor. And then you get to choose. I don't know how it works, but it's called Fire Emblem 3 Houses because there's like 3 different factions from the world that the game's in, and you can like, I guess, align yourself with one of them, and I guess maybe you have 3 different campaigns you could do, and you probably have a whole different set of characters you can recruit and everything.
You just reminded me of something. If it's 3 different campaigns, I really hope they don't do what they did with like. Are you aware of what they did with?
Not Awakening, but the one after that.
I hope they don't split into 3 different games. Please don't do that.
Oh yeah, I hope not. I would hope that if they were doing that, they would have already mentioned it. You know what I mean? I hope not, but
I would say they probably only did that on the 3DS because it was the 3DS.
your 3DS like gem is like
go
really
out on
out
a limb
today.
and say that's why that happened. But anyway,
yeah, it's like an up-res, higher quality version of Fire Emblem, which is something I've wanted for a long time. So it's gonna hopefully be cool. Hopefully you
It's
can
the first home
you can
console
you can
Fire
kiss
Emblem.
some cute anime girls if you could.
Okay.
Listen,
Hey,
there's in Awakening, I think it was Awakening, or maybe it was Fates. There's like when you can like have these conversations with your party members, and you can like romance them, and
Yeah.
when you romance them, they just appear like in full frame on your
You-
on your 3DS screen, and you can like touch them and they like react, right? Wasn't that what happened?
Yes, you're thinking of Fates, yes. And the thing
Saucy.
is, they censored that in America, though. You're not allowed to head pat people.
Oh yeah, you can head pat them. You could head pat them, yeah.
You
But
can't,
no,
though.
in the
Nintendo-
US
they
version,
censored that here. They
you
didn't
would
let
still
you do that.
see them like
You can still see them. Yeah,
they
but
would
you
just
can't
put
head
it.
pat them.
Yeah, it was like you're too close to these too close to Camille. If you know who that is,
Camilla,
basically.
yes.
Camilla, yeah, Camilla, not Camille.
Yes.
Camilla.
Well, that's
yeah.
because
look
she's
that up on
everyone.
your own time. But that's all I'll say.
You never know. You might be
Yeah,
able
So
to
I
do
hope
it in
you
this
could do
game.
that. I hope it's back in full force.
Word.
All right, I agree. I consent. I agree. Consent, I agree.
I hope there's a selfie mode, because there's a selfie mode in every game now.
has a selfie mode now. 2019, right?
You know what every game doesn't have though?
What is it now?
Cross-platform.
Oh, why don't they have cross-platform though?
Because
Oh,
Sony
boy.
is sometimes the worst. But it's interesting to see what Sony has been saying these days about all the other consoles. And
Yes,
yeah.
Shawn Layden's been given some high praise all around to the Switch and the Xbox One. And
Yeah.
here's a quote straight from him. Sure, PS4 and PS4 Pro provide what, of course, we think is the best gaming experience. But the other consoles out there, be it Switch, Xbox One X, tablets, or phones, they are great experiences across all of these. What we need to do is recognize all that. We're not little this is my favorite line. We're not little gaming ghettos that are not federated or aligned at all. We're all part
Come
of
on,
the same
man.
gaming community. We just come at it through different doorways. I think the future will be an extension of that metaphor, sorry.
You got it.
Your platform is not your hideaway. It's just your doorway to all these other gaming folk. So why the fuck is there no
Wait,
platform?
why is he talking like this when he's the reason why they don't? Why this doesn't exist?
Exactly.
I think looking at this last sentence though, you can't get on him too much. I think the future will be an extension
Right.
of that metaphor. So I think he is laying the groundwork for them being cross-platform in the future. That's my take on it.
It's
I don't think they
coming.
want to do it this generation. I think they
Yeah.
want to do it next generation and want that to be a
But
big
they'll be
seller.
too late at that point. Look at
But
everyone
will
else.
they?
Like,
Will they? Like, it's PlayStation's just so far ahead already. Like, no one, like, they don't have to do it now. They don't, and they don't want to because they're gonna have to invest money into it when they don't feel like doing that right now. So I get it.
They
I
don't
get
feel
it.
like it.
Yeah, they're not
Xbox
gonna...
has to do it because they're behind. Switch has to do it. Well, Switch didn't have to do it, but it just Nintendo. We were talking about Nintendo before. They're a good company, so like they don't know how to market anything, but they're good people. So like
and their online service is garbage. But
yeah, so they need help in that sense, right? But Sony literally doesn't need to do it. They are in charge. So why would they do it now when they could just wait?
So, very true.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
You know what I mean?
That doesn't make them leaders. That just makes them cowards. That's just my opinion on it.
I mean, sure, but that's why you're not running the business department there. Like,
Yeah, because I'm not earning $26 million, clearly.
I know,
I say
but
billion.
yeah, I know. I get it. We all want it. I think this is them just saying like, "Hey, don't go crazy now. You're gonna get it eventually, but we're not doing it now because it's gonna cost us money." Whatever. I don't really give a shit.
Also, I noticed he didn't mention how PC has a good gaming experience. So who knows? We might not get PC cross-platform with Sony. I'm kidding.
That would be the highest snub.
That would be so strange. You can play it on your tablet or your phone.
but not your gaming PC.
Strange.
It's like your architecture is based on PC. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that when it all boils down to is that every console is basically
It's a
just
PC.
computer, but it's just skinned to have specific operating systems in it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
we'll see what they do. And speaking of cross-platform, Apex,
Yeah.
the lovely battle royale from Respawn Entertainment, is apparently looking into it, and potentially a mobile version. Cool.
Mobile version? What?
I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta have a mobile version, right?
Has it been
Every
done
popular
before?
game needs a mobile version.
I don't know. Mobile versions? No way.
God, I don't know how that would work. Like, Apex, in my
I
opinion...
mean, we said the same thing about Fortnite, no?
Yeah, but Apex with having to pick up all these different items for each weapon, and I don't know. I feel like that could get really... I mean, is Fortnite mobile good?
I honestly
don't know,
never
but
played
it
it.
exists.
I've played it, and it was terrible. So...
I mean, I'd be inclined to believe you and agree with you, but it does exist. I
yeah.
mean, someone out there must be using it, I guess.
I'm sure there are people using it, but I don't know. I'm sure people will use Apex Legends too. I just feel like...
I mean,
that's
here.
really
How about this? I also realized that Fortnite Mobile allowed the use of third-party controllers and
Yes, they did.
other accessories. So if you consider mobile and you have a controller stuck to it, that's like your true mobile experience. That makes more sense, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Also, and to be extremely topical and relevant today. So, what's today's date? February 20th.
20th.
The new Samsung phone was revealed.
Right, the S10.
But what the flip
The foldy one for like
the folding one?
$1,800?
Yeah, but it's basically like a super premium phone that's like $2,000. It's got a foldable display, but it opens up into like a 7-inch display, and it's like, I could see that if you put it up on a kickstand or something, or like put it against something and have a little Bluetooth controller, you're like,
Yep.
And that thing probably has some pretty decent processing power, and I bet they probably made that thinking that you could play games better on it. I mean, that would be a guess. I haven't really seen much other than just what it looks like in the price, but still, I mean, maybe
that's
phones
what they're aiming for.
will do that. Yeah.
Yo, foldable phone. That shit's wild. I'm looking at it right now.
You didn't know about this? Yeah, no. This is stuff, man. This is technology. But that's
so
the whole
cool.
point, though. You can fold it, it'll fit, and then you can take it out, make it much larger, and all of a sudden, bam! That could be the foreseeable future where you can carry it in your pocket.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
it's insane, right?
Weirdest contraption.
And there's a monitor. There's a monitor or a display on the front as well. So when you have it folded up, you can use there's like an outer screen too.
Yeah.
Wow. So I don't take the subway to and from work. So I'm curious, when this phone inevitably comes out, Mark and Rob, how many people you see on the train whipping out this phone from their pocket and opening it like a fucking book. Oh my God.
It's $1,800. I don't think I'm going to spot a regular New Yorker.
It is fucking New York City. Of course, you're gonna see someone with it.
1,000%. We said that about the iPhone X, and look what happened. Everyone got
you're right.
Seriously.
You're right. All them business people, of course, are gonna have it. That's true.
And that's why you're not working in the business department at Samsung.
I mean, I'm not earning millions of dollars there either, clearly. But, again, just bringing it back to the subject of gaming, the idea of something like that being your new mobile, actually, that could actually supersede a lot of what Nintendo does, can it not? In terms of being a mobile platform, no?
This is probably the closest thing
I wonder. I mean, hey, look, if you can slide in 2 Joy-Cons next to that 7-inch screen, I mean, you basically have yourself a Switch.
For real.
That folds.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
And also calls mom.
Yo, that's what Nintendo should make. Something that has
oh my God. Dude, the next version of the Switch needs to be a cell phone too.
Oh, the Nintendo phone.
Engage. Bring back the
They should just be
Engage.
straight up cell phones. Isn't that the conclusion we've been coming to for a while now? Was the fact that mobile gaming has eaten up the portable, the portable market? Isn't that the point?
Yeah, damn. My life has
But,
just come full circle.
But bringing it back to Apex for just a moment, I've only played Apex 2 times in 2 sessions since the game's come out.
Yeah.
Frankly, I just think I'm done with the whole BR scene.
Same, dude.
Same. You're beginning to see my mindset.
I don't know if it was just because I was playing on PC and I just felt like I was getting shredded at every engagement I got into, but like I wasn't really enjoying myself. The first day it came out, I was like, okay, this is fun, this is fresh, this isn't Fortnite, this is cool, I could see myself playing it. And then the second time I played it, I was just like, why am I playing this? I'm not having any fun with this.
Did the rest of you guys
that's
play it
pretty
either?
much my thoughts. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
No, I was just asking, did the rest of you guys play it?
Yeah, I played a bit of it. So it's actually kind of funny. I was playing with my friend who like I know him. He just got a PS4, but he doesn't have a microphone. Mm-hmm. So we were playing basically as if we were strangers. We weren't communicating, but that whole ping system is so smart that basically we were just able to actually communicate, which is really cool. Eventually we were like on a Discord call and like actually talking, but being able to use that ping system is really like a lifesaver in those situations.
Yep, I agree. I think there are definitely a lot of things that they do well in the game that I'm just like, oh wow, like I never thought about that. Good on them for thinking about that, but I don't know. I don't really care about it as much. I think it's the Battle Royale thing too, man.
It's hard to get invested in more than one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not even invested, but just reinvested into another one. Because my mindset on BRs in general is that, the main core tenet of the game is still the same. Survive as long as possible. Loot as many things so you can get as many of the coolest weapons to keep you alive. And then you get frustrated when you die,
I'll say this. The one thing that really fucking pissed me off is every time that I land, the only gun I can find, if I find one, is a pistol. Like I never get like the shotgun or anything early on in the game. I only get hot garbage, and it really bothered me to the point where I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I think there was like 2 days. Like I first got it and I didn't like it that much, and then I was talking to a friend who'd played it, and he told me like, no, actually pay attention to what you pick up and that kind of stuff. And I did, and I had more fun. I think the biggest thing though is that I spent so much time playing Fortnite and got so aggravated at that game. And like battle royales, if you get into it, suck up so much of your life.
Yeah.
If you let them
so early.
Yeah, dude. If you let them, it's crazy. So I think I'm not as invested in it, but like slightly purposefully, so that doesn't happen to me.
It's like there's so much, it takes up a lot of time and a lot of focus to want to get yourself good at the game, and you got to really ask yourself, am I willing to spend that time? Do I think it's worth it?
At the end of the day, is it even worth it?
It's not.
Yep.
It's not.
Because
then you get
unless
mad.
You buy a bunch of skins, then you kind of have to because you paid for it.
But like I feel like with Fortnite, it was you leave for a week and all of a sudden everyone has so much on you because they have like the new strategies and all these people know how to do all this other crazy shit. Like I left Fortnite for like a month, came back. Every time I tried to build the ramp up, they kept building a ceiling on top of me and then putting a trap inside. And I was like, when the hell did everyone learn how to do that? You know what I mean? So it's just, you have to keep up with it if you want to be good at it. And that's a lot of work. And if you just don't want to do that, then don't do it.
Well,
it's like I'm with Mark with a C's mentality here. Just like I would rather have a game to just chillax with at night rather than stress myself out over having to learn a new strategy and then having to relearn a new strategy next week.
Yeah.
That's my mindset on it.
And you know what? Fortnite promised a hoverboard so long ago, and they only just recently put it. They only just put it into the game. So
I didn't even know there was a
fuck
hoverboard
them.
in the game.
And
So fuck them.
as far as Apex is concerned, they have a Twitch Prime pack. So way to follow in the steps of Fortnite.
Well,
Of course they are. That makes sense.
But that's enough on BRs. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say that I think the game's all right. I hope it does well. I wish
Same.
the characters had a little more personality, but that's
Same.
all.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't wish ill will on the game. I just, for me personally, I can't get into another BR right now, and I think Mark
Yeah.
kind of feels the same.
Yeah,
Agreed. I'm
I
done.
can't. Plus, I'm having so much fun playing Destiny right
Dude,
now
same.
that you know, I have no regrets.
Word. I feel you. I
But,
guess that's it though.
Yeah,
We went through a lot more topics than we expected, didn't we? The
I
Nintendo
would-
Direct one was
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one.
But yeah, you guys got anything else on your minds?
Final thoughts.
Yeah, I've got
Mark,
one.
What do you got?
So far away we wait for the day, for the lives also wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.
Excellent.
Damn.
Oh,
Mark knows the song too well, and you
I-
started laughing because you knew what I was doing.
Yep. I'm all about the grinding scales. All right.
Yeah, same.
That's my favorite part.
Word.
But
My last thing, Destiny 2. Get the sleeper simulant if you don't have it. That shit is broken. Thank you.
I'm on the nodes and protocols section, so I'm about to hurt myself because
I'll
that's the
run
worst part.
It's terrible, but that's the last part. I'll do it with you.
Swag.
Make
Sounds
it go
good.
faster. Cool.
All right. That's gonna do it for us this time on the Memory Slot A podcast. Now saving. Don't turn off the power.